Well, hello, it's Petrus Engelbrecht, Sotheby's International Realty, and today I'm with Tina Iaquinta, my very good friend. She is the CEO of Modern Concierge. Welcome, Tina.
Thank you, Petrus. I'm so happy to be here. I love these videos. I've been watching them.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, look, it's interesting times that we're in, and what we're doing is we're just talking to people, and we literally call it real talk. We're just having some real talk as to, what's happening in people's lives, what they do for a living, what it's looking under their roofs, and whether they're having a difficult time, good time, are they actually having to pivot quite a bit. So just give us a little bit of background on your company, Modern Concierge. I mean, the description, it's a very descriptive name, but you
Mhm.
do quite a spectrum of things. Give us a little bit of background on what you do, Tina.
So we help busy professionals take care of their day-to-day lifestyle needs that they just either don't have an interest to or don't have a time to do. So we'll help them anything to do with their house, with their travel, with their lifestyle things, such as making reservations. So we do all the busy things so they can enjoy life. And those busy things are quite busy right now. So with everyone having to work from home and make all these changes, some people aren't equipped to work from home. So we've had to help people sort of get settled and figure out how to deal with this new reality. And on the other side of it, we also do corporate event planning. So the event planning sort of came about a few years ago when we started doing some corporate stuff for our concierge clients, and then it just became a thing. So we also we're doing some corporate event planning, and obviously, as you know, those have all been canceled.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting time. So from the concierge side of the business, our clients are still quite busy, if not busier right now, because they have a new reality that they need to deal with.
Yes.
And from the event side, we weren't really sure which way things were going to go. So for the first week, it was a little bit up in the air. We obviously had cancellations. There was a lot of uncertainty, but it was very quickly that everyone decided, well, we're not going to let this get in our way, and let's just plan for the next steps. So we started taking things virtual. So
Okay.
that was an interesting, very quick turn of events.
Can I
And we're
just
still
say
trying to figure it out.
I've already attended one of your virtual. It was a very, very nice event for everybody out there. Picture this: myself and my wife Lorene were sitting basically here and enjoying a lovely glass, and in the end, a bottle of bubbly. And tell us a little bit more about that, and what's the relationship there, and how did that come about?
So we decided, obviously, a lot of people are going to a lot of different webinars now that are about how to deal with a crisis,
Yeah.
how to pivot your business, what to do with your, as a leader. And, there's so many things that you can go. It's literally, you can go to a different webinar every hour of the day. We decided to take it on the other side. We decided to take it a little lighter, and we just thought, at the end of the day, it's Thursday night, it's 5 o'clock. Let's have some champagne instead.
Yeah.
And try and bring back some of the fun and reality that we used to know back into, most people on a Thursday evening after 5 would go for drinks with their colleagues.
Yeah.
And we just thought, why can't we do that now? Because we're all stuck at home and we're glued to our computers. And in fact, probably having more and more meetings than we used to before. So we took it online. Yeah, sorry?
Sorry, no, I actually find that you can go to so many that's actually paralyzing for your business. I think, I'm about 4 weeks in from when I first started working like solely from home, and I'm only now starting to get into a steady rhythm and back to my normal, working hours and so forth. You can go to too many of these sessions. So I found your session was phenomenal. Very informative about how champagne is made in the various regions and so forth. I enjoyed a glass or two of Verve, and was really nice.
Yeah.
Very,
And we're going to take it to the next level from here. That was sort of a trial for us to see how people take it, and if they like it, they enjoy it. And I think the next level we're going to do is we're going to actually are able to deliver bottles of wine to people, 2 or 3 bottles, whatever, however many we decide to do in a tasting. And so some of our clients are now getting us to plan those events for them. So we can send, say, 3 bottles to each of their clients with a nice note from them.
yes.
And they all get into a private room with them and do a tasting with a professional sommelier. We might even have some vodka events coming up. So
I think that's phenomenal. That is, that is a talk about, and I think, as you say, the technology is actually, there's a silver lining to quite a few things that are happening for me at the moment. I mean, like in my business, all of a sudden it's now allowed that people may sign their documents electronically to close a transaction. Normally they wouldn't and electronic funds transfer is now more prevalent than.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
People used to write checks for everything and then mail it. It was very archaic. So I think a lot of things will morph and not necessarily go back to how we used to know it. So, a wine tasting where people don't, look, it's very nice to go to a venue and have that atmosphere with everybody together, but it's not a bad thing to actually have the same wine and not have to commute. It might be, maybe there's 2 ways to do things now, not just one. I think it's just morphing into something beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all realizing how flexible everything is and how quickly we can change. I mean, we basically just started building a new business model about 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yes, exactly.
So look at how quickly we can actually do things.
Yeah, it's amazing. And what I think I can see is that, obviously some people will adapt quicker than others. I can see it in my business. I'm sure you can see it in yours. And, the people that are more receptive to a new way of doing things and more adaptable will fortunately, unfortunately do better. So I think, the best testament to how you do business, you just morphed within 3 weeks, and it's not, the end product is not there, but at least you're moving in the right direction.
Exactly. Yeah.
In my business, I see literally new protocols announced every day. It's now slowing down where the protocols are basically now set for how one can proceed to still sell properties, but it's very electronic, very safety driven, safety for your clients, safety for the agents, safety for third parties that go into properties. They have to follow certain protocols, and it's good. It's not a bad thing. And again, I think it will take time for that to not be like that anymore. There's more than one way to do things, and it's just it's not bad. It's a good thing.
I love that you guys are doing now virtual tours. That's actually really, I mean, even if you think about it long term, there might be a house you might want to see before you actually go in person.
Yes.
So why not? I mean, pictures are great, but to have someone in the house talking to you as you're going through, that would be huge help. So maybe that'll eliminate all the on the road kind of things you'd have to do.
Exactly. And there's it goes one step further. I think every agent should basically now do what we call a 360 tour. The tours are done with a camera called Metapod. So it's called a Metapod Tour. And it's basically, I don't know whether you've ever seen it, but it's a dollhouse. You literally fly into the house and you can see every nook and cranny, top, bottom, and now, for the first time ever, as the listing agent, you can actually now sell the property because you can have little buttons at certain places in the house. So when people go into the Metapod Tour, they see there's a button, they intuitively click on that, and guess what? Now there's a video that comes up with me talking about the kitchen. I can now physically talk about the house for the first time.
Those are awesome.
Normally you wouldn't be there. It's the buying agent, and they're not doing anything to sell the house. Now you are physically there. And as you say, people can do it at their leisure, any time of day. So I think it's, again, there's a positive there for me, a big positive. And you can have a 360 picture on the outside in the backyard and the front yard, so people can see what the backyard looks like. So there's nothing negative about that. That's a big positive. And then when people are physically seriously enough to maybe make an offer, then yes, you vet them and you see, okay, they are serious, and then you may allow a showing, just because people want to avail themselves of what a property is. They want that feel. They want to feel what it feels like. They want to get a sense of what the neighborhood looks like and feels like.
Yeah.
But other than that, you can pretty much see nearly everything with a proper Metapod tour with buttons that explain certain attributes of the house. So it's that, again, from 3 weeks ago till now, the technology was always there, but people didn't really want to really embrace it because they wanted people to go and see the properties. Now it's all changed.
So. I have met so many different people, and people that I would have probably scheduled a call with, I'm now meeting through Zoom, which I find so much easier to actually have that kind of interaction with them. And I've joined a couple of groups that I now am part of. They're not even business groups. It's just humans first kind of groups. So it's actually been, it's actually kind of refreshing to see the kind of things you can do with this new reality. And I wonder, how are we going to go back to the exact same way we were before? I don't
think so.
No, I don't think so.
But I think I think we can all agree that a lot of these things are actually positive, and we won't really go back to the previous.
I mean, imagine how much money I'm saving on parking. So gas, parking, commute. Yeah, the time is huge. This time savings is insane.
Yeah, I can tell you. I just literally got a listing about an hour ago. I had 3 Zoom meetings with these kind folk. I've never been in their house. I now know exactly what the house looks like. I've got a very definite opinion about it. They've gotten to know me. I've gotten to know them. Because ultimately, I want to, it's not just a one-way interview. I'm also interviewing the sellers. I want to know that they're like-minded and that I would enjoy working with them. And it was way good enough. It was actually better than normal. I have a better sense of what they are all about than I would have had I just gone through to their home and had one conversation. I had 3 conversations now at leisure and at my leisure. And I could show them all sorts of stuff. I could share my screen on Zoom. I immediately bought the full professional version because I can't seem to be running out after 40 minutes and say, hey, I need to actually just pay $20. Yeah. But anyway, I shared my screen, did a full listing presentation, when the comps on the screen. So again, it's a positive. It's actually possibly even better than going there. Yes,
I agree.
Normally, but it's great. It works well.
I know it's amazing how much we can accomplish by just sitting at home and doing it all virtually. But
unbelievable.
Having said that, I can't wait to go out there and see people. But at some point,
we're all ready to enjoy summer. Hopefully, a little bit of it in a different fashion, probably. But some of the summer. Yeah. Okay. Well, and so you think, obviously, you've from what I can hear is your business has already pivoted. It's already moving in a certain direction, and you're pretty clear about that direction. I think it took, if I may say so, it took me a while to just see where it's going. But in your business, you're pretty confident that you know where it's going.
I think so. I think there's certain changes that have already been made that we were forced into, and I think I kind of like those changes.
Yes.
So we're going to keep going with it. Like, for example, virtual conferences from the event side of the business. Those are huge. So I think I'm kind of enjoying that side of it. And you wouldn't believe the things you could do. And I think for sure we're changing, and I think it's all for the better.
Great. I love technology. And so these virtual conferences, they must be held on pretty robust systems. Do you have an idea of what systems you're going to use to do those, or is it not as important at the moment?
Well, you should see how many demos we've done, and we've found some platforms that will charge anywhere from 5,000 to 50,000. Wow. And some of these we're still trying to figure out which ones would be our favorite to use. But I can tell you right now, there are some robust ones where you can actually create your own avatar as an attendee. Wow. And walk into a convention center and go into your session where you can sit next to whoever you want because you know who's there. Where they're all sitting. Go.
When do we start? I want to attend. Yeah. This is cool.
Yeah, and if you don't like it, you can get out and go into the lounge and have a coffee with one of the other attendees. Man, you can go into the networking rooms. You can go to the exhibit hall. It's kind of crazy all the things they've done, but. For me to tell you which one, I don't know. If this call was happening next week, maybe I would know. But I am going to have a couple of sessions scheduled for Saturday to see some more. So it's kind of crazy, but I'll definitely keep you in the loop. There's so many of them.
That could be a phenomenal thing. That is something of the future. And, first mover advantage, if you get in there, you can do well with that, I think.
Yeah. But Zoom has definitely found their, perfect spot because a lot of these platforms that we're going to, they're actually streaming from Zoom. So Zoom is sort of everywhere. You're not going to get away from it. But I love Zoom for these kinds of meetings. These are awesome. Yeah. This is the only way I could do it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just attended a session today about live open houses, and you're actually you're streaming your Facebook Live through Zoom and the other way around. So you invite people to a Zoom session, and when your Facebook Live starts, they're actually looking at it on Zoom, not on Facebook. It's
it's crazy.
Thinking to each other, yeah. Well, it's been awesome chatting to you, Tina. I'm glad you're doing well there, and I will speak to you soon about those platforms. I'm super curious about those.
I'll let you know for sure.
It's awesome.
Thank you, Petrus. This was awesome.
Yeah, chat soon.